Greetings, Scorpio. Thanks for meeting me back. Hey, for those of you that missed the first part of this, there's going to be a link below and also at the end of this video and the last two cards that will take you to what precipitated up to this point. This reading is a continuation of that first part that is for the strong of 2-3 to 2-9 for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, in case you missed it. And what's in this video is the second 7 cards unfolding what's ahead for the Aquarius-Ease on Scorpio. See you on the inside of your reading. Greetings, Scorpio. Thank you for being here. Thank you to those of you that stayed with me through the gnosis part of why I'm in complete faith with what it is that I am choosing to be, especially in my artistic expression. Ye stars on 2-3 of what I actually choose to quarantine in safety here with a very special Med USA team that went gnosis with me, helped me stack these readings so that we had the strong of 2-3 to 2-9 for the Saturnian vision proof of my actual natal placement of both Saturn and Mars, to prove that Martinez is like how we actually built a zenith, and we're playing sigil art. It's basically how I earned my name versus any other idea. And so my readings go there. I'm not Satoshi Nakamoto. I've been closing a really big gate in what is a game on time where some of you were being fed to basically a design that eats you and scalps you for your hypersentience and ages you for new wages, and what http:// looks like is chops on a time wheel where beings were pulling themselves through brain by sticking torrents and ideas into your mind through powers of suggestion. I've been closing that for my birthday. And what 23 to 29 is, and why, people keep asking me how old I am, and I'm just sharing with you, technically I will be 5 Earth years old sometime in, if we rendered unto Caesar. I'm proof of what the idea of Fockerizing a child is as a cell, and how quickly I could grow through a certain kind of appreciation of logic and gnosis. And so for my birthday, and on divine authority as the custodian of divine marriage privileges, I've been securing my pearly gate vision because I've been preparing for a wife and preparing a home. So I'm here with my family right now. That's where my studio is. And we're performing a special sort of, it's like a brain surgery on what went into plastic resonance, because technically everything is a form of plastic. And so I've been training it with sound so that the brain can protect us and we can have better bodies and healing. So that's my gift as what isn't a rat trying to lock itself in your house and your brain for tarot to do anything except to rat things out. And what I do with this new game that I've been unraveling neo-Nazi tactics that went viral on AI and virtual reality so that they can't do that in my home. Thank you for advanced home security. So your smartphones have bioauthentication units, and a lot of false beings are just, they fall into what they spoke, belief systems, and they're locked up. It's a certain kind of hallucinogenic treatment. So I've been advancing what they are calling the non-existent wall of bilateral communication, and maximizing what Bitcoin truly actually is. It's an orgonite treatment that I did on behalf of FEMA Roundup and with DARPA to lock the clock and sort out the safe pollen for 8 ions to stretch and create a better baby gate bodies that can't be intercepted or interfered with. It's an act of gnosis and divine guidance. So thank you for the patience and those of you that stuck with me, because eggshell things work, and special dances that I do with mamas that picked me in different ways, and special kitchens, and knowing what we did with cryptocurrency together. And so Ella safe on the end that never came, and special witness over the you thing and your special birthing. And so we have here before us, my darlings, 7 more cards on that which was never severed for water to resonate safely in all of us because of how we can hear things, and what my 11:11 prayer was on Ye Star Day for a divine miraculous birth of grace over that which never ever came, except how we choose to co-create in one strong inception where it's one day. So we have 7 cards here with the John Holland. Thank you, brother. Psychic Tarot Oracle Overview. And a couple of cards here from the Tarot of Sexual Magic. We've got your side, their side. This is kind of what you have in the middle. Stories could flip-flop. Know your own designations, please. And we're building off of the strong that go long, where water was never separated for a divine union and wedding. And a healthy way to interdepend on something that maybe was never really actually co-depending. And where we can have a safe birth between water and fire, because sometimes passively waiting for things is an act of loving inertia. And so what does inert energy know about being its own balance? It's a killing process. And where we don't spend the water any way that would split it for us to be able to coexist and also have passion and safety. Let's see what you amazing Sagittarians have been killing, because this is your testament, in my opinion. Thank you for allowing me the privilege and the earning of being able to sat here, and take this turn with you. All right, so what you have in common, this is the current now. This is the recent past or challenge. Future, near future. Guidance. Weird football game, right? I don't know. Not my thing. Different bowl. So, then we have what's happening here. This is like the focus. This part here lets us know why we might even be reading this and what it is we were going to have a successful unification with, because there is an urn here and somebody is coronated here as well. And nothing, flew in. No weird Valentine's birdie tactic to crown me and stack me in and ice it over and act like it was round like that. It was spinning. We were opening up, and it's kind of a different thing going on here. And some of this has just been like finger puppets on big screens, and it's something to do with our brain. So what they think, I'm just going to tell you, people think hashtags. I'm going to ask you to renew your mind about what falling on a hash or a stake looks like for divine credits to open up, and what a neo-Nazi twist on website dark side and what comes up through fingers and biometrics looks like when it's being stuffed in your eye for donated reasons. There's a stink. Some people really like to stretch that one out, Anybody come to mind? Nice. So, focus. Different kind of coronation. Different kind of plant. Different kind of end times. So, this is our future outcome. Let's have a look at what's in the center. Wow. Sagittarius. Yes. I hear it's already dawn, darling. Prosperity begins. Something got seeded and planted appropriately and lovingly. And the fruit's great. We love the fruit. We love the tree. And some of you all are nuts like me. You know what I do? I go straight for the seeds. I'm a seedy guy that way. You know that all of the DNA that didn't run away goes right into that BOD, or is that a date of birth that somebody tried to timestamp in front of me and call trolling me wrong? So, what kind of coinky dinks have been timestamping into your eyes and populating? Some of us knew the nutrient density is in these little things. The attention to those details. It's like, you know, those good tingles that some people like, you know, the ASMR just things. So, this is a new beginning, and wow, it kind of looks like that wedding ring. So, for some people, it's like, I'm hearing that's what this passivity was. It's like, I know I'm just sitting here, like, waiting for you, you know, is what I see this person here doing. I was hearing somebody's confession too, and it was one of the other readings. It might be your energy too, or maybe somebody you've been dealing with, where it's kind of like a confession that was coming from some people, where it's like, I can confess, I've been spending all of this time being this one way or participating in this certain thing because of how routine it is and how that's what the brain typically favors. Starting something new is often a very ridiculous challenge, especially if you have ever dozed off next to a book about it. It's a special kind of Venus flytrap where they were vaulting and landing, and some of you actually came out of these pixel scatters where you actually created a certain current that has been reverse hacked from you, and they were rickrolling and charging us things like electricity for energy we were actually creating, and creating different kinds of like cryptocurrencies and shit. And I've been investigating this, and so basically I'm hearing that some of you all need to know you actually have already been pulled into like your whole new home, and it's like some of you actually have been talking and you knew it to some partner of yours, that somewhere it's like you can hear them or you can like feel them around or like tapping, and sometimes you've had to learn which ones are the right ones because there are different kinds, and some are like freaking haunts that grab energy and weird information and try to psychic spy on you and take your money, take your time, take you through a weird ride on or a ride along where they're just, you know, in your face because they're like hanging out a lot and they're supportive enough for you to just have the conditions to Rick and Morty. I think it's like 204 or something like that. The room where they just come in and out, and it's like, hi, I'm your uncle, hi, I'm your grandpa, and it's like, or like whoever the people are, and they're so used to being there that they can just kind of take you for the squeeze. I'm hearing for some of you all, you've had to learn which ones are those, and which ones are like, no, this is like really my partners, these are really my guides, these are the high guides, and where we have been led through very subtle things. And so for some of you all, you've had like a partner that's been waiting, and it's almost like behind the security gate for the wedding, and where it's like, no, I just knew, I'm like sitting here like waiting for this to happen. I'm like sitting here, you know? And so it's like people are going to be renewing their mind about what New Age actually means, and like what is not astrology at all. And so I'm proving that with medical team right now. This is Gnosis. So let's see what we've got going on, because that's your wedding ring for some of you all. It's divine union, and you knew it. And it's like, oh my God, we're finally going to be able to like talk openly about some things that before it's like the wrong ass witch hunt, and where it's like people are going to come and get you and try to examine you and like lock you away for actually being the reason why certain doctors are working with me and trying to get some of their doctors out of those institutions, because there's an MS-DOS experiment. If you've ever seen DOS experiment, the experiment, it's got an MS-DOS had you on the browser reel blooper rinse, and it's taking itself away. And so we're getting some of our good doctors and care-loving practitioners that were there that know how things were done for humane reasons, and a factory farming exploration that proves what fractivism actually created, with HBO black box tactics on what that hoodwinking is, and the that comes in at you when you watch it. It's like crosshash germination of UPC codes and how they were like coming into your eyes and taking bits of you, torrents to rent and sell. Thank you for advanced home security. And when I've been obliterating with, they're calling it Mercury retrograde, magnets and halo technology with DARPA and what I actually do. These things. Okay, so here's what's the recent past with you challenge. New beginnings. Hey, I like it. Whatever you set into purpose, because that's what Scorpio did. It was some underworld overlording thing done right yesterday on the stars that didn't happen, except for the art way that proves what true Masonic temple might be, a tree. Stamped 2-3 because we opened it up and closed it on the day that it didn't freeze over, 2-2. Because it was perfect weather for a Super Bowl and a special burn in the eye. On what modern gladiator zipped up kind of, hey, Rome, tall ants grew and crunched, and what I did with a science experiment partner that's just got a passion for details. So certain kind of codependency is actually interdependency that helped us slam a door shut on things that don't get created. And why some of you Scorpios, how you've learned how to hold it together, especially around the creation of things like HIV. Well, forget about the cold and the flu, right? But HIV is a real big one I'm hearing for a lot of you, and things like MS and lupus. I'm hearing lupus, IBS, like electromagnetic sensitive people have been inflicted in a lot of these ways. And so we figured out what to do with the codependent nest. And there's a big monster that chased itself away. And so for some of you all, it's such a monumental beginning and new start that is being blessed here for you, that I just say hallelujah. Thank you. That's everything. That's knowing that maybe we didn't have anything beneath our feet. And what we were closing our idea was a mind control, pavement, Pavlov, weird dog thing that doesn't happen because of beast technology and how loyal the animals that have shown us what real dumb good stewardship is. And so, triumph, Scorpio. Who got the score there, huh? That's what I was interested in. I'm like, she won. As far as I'm concerned, she won. Okay, so here's the near future. Wow, deception and envy, and why is it upside down? I didn't even realize I could have put these here like that. And I just reached for it and it's upside down. So look what got overturned here, my darlings. 7 that didn't get split for putting the bitch shield on, right? And knowing about that like viewfinder that doesn't put ideas subliminally with colors that could then be decoded in a germination in front of you where you might not see it. And it's just, that's entertainment. Guess what you didn't see? Exactly. And guess what? Went through my machine. Deception and envy. That's the right kind of bitch tactics, if you ask me. And that's a good one, too, especially if someone might have been on the other side of a screen thinking they learned an advanced way to touch things that weren't there yet. Well, maybe it was on some of your pixels that shot at you, and maybe you're just asleep and you don't know where some of these ideas were coming from. It blooper rinse to protect, wedding hands and things. Well, it's psychic surveillance is, my darling. Just remember, something got cut here, because there's 6 here. Somebody tried to stick something in a window, and he's like, look what got snipped. Fascinating. Maybe blissed out for the mistake that works perfectly like that in the anomaly. Explain to you at 0 point. Here's what the root is. Awareness. Fantastic. We've got the awareness of the magician style energy here, showing you what maybe got snipped. Maybe it was just lights and lights out on certain things that didn't pollinate through those and can only exist if they have a piece of you. Pfft, please. May have worked better. So we've got another 1. 0. This is the real divine proof of what binary code knows about. What's this one thing? You know. And any plank theorists out there might have some funny jokes about what Hulu did. I'm just going to leave that one there with a big yummy kiss for my nerds and my geeks, those that helped learn how to decipher what the plants have been saying. Some of us hear that. This is Major Arcana. New way for us to integrate form. And what a real divine wedding is. And right kind of bitch, torrent, coin, tactics. Wow, how about we land in the Barbie zone? Yay! Cha-ching! What we can do with our laser eyes is, you know, living dead guy. So, here we have future potential outcome. How about another 1 for the strong? How about nobody's begging for the inning, you know? We just go with the ion that way, where it's safe water, and, you know, this might be a special purpose vehicle here in front of you. Because water is safe for us. And it's safe for water as this kind of birth. So that's what I was experiencing for my divine union and how close I feel with my scorpionic side. And those of you that are really mine, thank you for being here with me. We had a special kind of par day for creation of art and what it is to integrate for something that harms the money right, you know? Music that works, because that's right here by the 4 of Wands. That's marriage happening and love for some of you. That's like the ring and the physical manifestation of what actually got watered safely under the sun with that much fire on it. What the high priestess would have to know about, whoa, let's fly over that one and know where to hide it. And what we have over here is maybe the patience that you have been for an exit package worthy of where there was no severance before, and maybe a new kind of package. So I've been working on that, and I love you for being here with me for this. So that is 111. What does that look like to you? Does it look like a Trinity? Maybe like 7 that didn't get split for 0? This is actually my birth chart. So it's beautiful for me to also be able to witness that as your shaman and cosmic midwife, I can be relevant with you and also see myself through the real surgery that I've been doing as a little bit of a Hioka artist that went graffiti with the eye and, you know, tektite things that land only through my ears that way. And where I'm going to show you what the heart of Tafiti knows about a return to Earth, for those of you that had the Moana vision with me. Because that is a specimen that is approximately 14.7 million new ear things. Tightened up right there. Sort of a Christmas tree for my pineal treatment on 2 pine trees that fell in love here, that I burned myself out of when I tied technology like this with some of you that know that that's what a real Bitcoin is. Okay, so what's going on with this? So we've got 2 more cards. We've got the Tarot of Sexual Magic. The Lovers. Oh, fascinating. Yeah, what is that? Well, that's a special 6. It didn't get split, and for them, I'm hearing that's monogamous when everybody is feeling fine. And that's what they know about the he design, because I'm hearing that's her figuring out a body. And it's like, I'm hearing there's a certain kind of what was previously diagnosed as psychosis with people's others, where it's like they felt like they were trying to integrate, and they're like, but that's not even the one that I see. And then they were being diagnosed in another way as like hyper dysmorphic, because they would describe themselves and like put on clothes and dress themselves different ways that some people would say it's untoward or whatever, but to them it was like somebody stuck an image in front of them. And it's kind of like, if you've ever seen Fight Club, some of you guys were very heckled that you didn't even realize, especially if you wound up in an institution. There's a really special lens on who actually helped sign your releases, because most of them probably work for me, because we're figuring out who was safe. And so, and what didn't get to happen, especially if some of you all had contact with children or were teachers or were doing things like direct instruction or working with special needs children that were explaining things that you had to hear in different ways. Okay. And so what I'm hearing is that it's like, what dirty never was, and why things like some of these movies really screwed with me. Like when I watched them, Fight Club was a real cheap shot kind of look on what Paycheck is, where we knew that we had advanced screenings and people would try to get into children or different things, and why certain children, like rainbow children, were landing, and people were saying that these kids are like slow or whatever, and they would put them in different groups, and it's like some of their energy hadn't finished landing. They were being pulled sometimes too early into false timelines. And so, well, there is a certain protection over how we see ourselves now, because like in Fight Club, it's like they gotta look at it and learned in advanced cinematography how to do a slipper, while people were under inoculation sometimes in, reject bins of different kinds, feeling like that and being instigated because of what could happen while they were being kept in a certain state of not really quite there, and where that energy goes on the other side of a screen that you didn't know that they had, and what putting one of those gloves on can do for somebody who knows how to connect to what plastic speaks. Yeah. So I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like weird, because it's like somebody was cutting an image and trying to stick it in there, and where it's like, but that's not what I even saw. And so I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like making peace with whatever kind of pod you came from, because for some of you, it's a big love style understanding, and that's all I have to say about that. And it's not for me to look at that any other way. I hear that some of you are healing in that way, and for some of you all, it's like figuring out where you're even choosing to land your energy right now, because for some of you all, it's like making a decision about who the partner is and like what it means, because I'm hearing about something where it's like it looks like polyplural to people, but it's like nobody's touching anybody, and it's a financial arrangement, and we love each other, and we put each other first, and like, take care of the home kind of thing. And I'm hearing it's like a weird angle that people were taking on somebody's family for figuring out how to get creative with a benefits arrangement is what I'm hearing. And like somebody's lawsuit about how the family actually gets to take care of that, because it's about safety for children and it's about people being able to have access to health care and things that really, I mean, look how much money and banality gets thrown at shit like the Super Bowl in the face of, you know, the gold burning and the slaughter of the Queen, and what donated ions might look like if we're looking at the real brain. So for some of you all, this is dealing with mental health right now in different ways. And for some of y'all, it's just a whole new lens on how somebody comes into your life and being able to also make an easier transition if you've had other partnership in your life that's there that might just have a need of some kind, and where, you know, parting as friends just doesn't really work. It's kind of like, you know, what do? You know, you take care of it. You're loving about it, especially if it's figuring out how to do something around somebody's needs, like codependency, if they were coming out of something. And I'm just hearing it's, thank you for being decent. Let's see what's going on over here. So we have the moon, because for some of you, that's what this is. This is coming out about what that is, especially if you were dealing with somebody that was really maybe not there, is what I'm hearing. It's like for some of you, this was a long distance thing, but it's because of like emotional void, is what I'm hearing. For others, this is learning how to leave and make that decision after you had that one that needed to get cut the F out, because outright lies and what the moon means there. Because some of you all know that that other one that I was talking about isn't yours, that it's the one that, you know, showed up like this. And for some of you all, that is like perfect, because maybe there was no other way for you to have access to certain information or things, and now there are going to be better ways, especially if some of you all are leaving something. Because I'm hearing for some of you all, maybe you could not leave. Maybe it's like you have a baby with this, and it's like, what? And now we're not going to have insurance and like be able to feed the baby, and like diapers are expensive, and like what some people have been willing to put up with just for fits, you know? Benefits, you know, sound like a light switch and being flipped on and off for hilarity on your trick rolled. It's like, and then you get stuck with that fly trap, you know? It's like, I don't think so. This is where that shit comes to an end. My darlings, you are amazing. Those of you that need more support, please feel free to reach out. Very Fine Martians might be for you if you're part of the Martinez glue in the stew. I love you. If you need a personal reading with just your information and serious details, especially if you have dates and you just want to know, what's the blood spatter look like over there? I can help. Hit me up. If not, just know I love you. And I appreciate your support. Thank you for being here. And one strong and sup to Ion, where the cam ear gets a nap. Catch you again soon when we're back for another one.